UPA allies met earlier today over the FDI issue, which has stalled Parliament for 4 days of the winter session. And in what might end the logjam, the UPA has agreed to a vote on FDI on multi-brand retail after that meeting.
Coming out of that meeting, the Prime Minister said he is confident of the numbers. This right after the DMK announced its support to the government in case there was voting. Sources telling CNN-IBN that the government's allies are against voting. They add that the government, however, is prepared for one if, as it does not want another session washout. Now, Parliament, meanwhile, was a no-show once again today for the fourth consecutive day, with both houses being adjourned following a ruckus.
We don't want the BJP to come to power if the Congress loses. I know what's their agenda on asking for a vote on FDI. They want the government to fall.
जो खेमा रूल है, जिसके कारण, जिसके तहत ही FDI का 51% अलाउड होता है, पिछले 3 दिन से हम उस गैजेट नोटिफिकेशन को जो RBI ने निकाला है, उसको मांग कर रहे हैं, लेकिन ऑफिशियल गैजेट पब्लिकेशन के लोग या कुछ भी अभी तक नहीं दे रहे हैं और इसलिए वो 30 दिन गुजर भी जाएंगे, वो पार्लियामेंट में रखेंगे भी नहीं। ये भी एक उनके नियत क्या है ये दिखाने वाली बात है।
This matter was discussed and the larger numbers were in favor of a discussion to be decided by the Speaker. So I will hold consultations with the Speaker, convey this sense of yesterday's meeting and let the Speaker take an appropriate decision.
So are you ready for voting? Are you ready for voting?
The sense of the House yesterday was to have a discussion. They did not insist on voting. That was a larger number of numbers.
This is not for me or us to decide. I think the government will take a call. What is the next best course of action? Yes, but of course, I appreciate. But the first fact was that the UPA is united. There were contradictory signals which were coming from here and there, but that fact is established that the UPA is one. Everybody is together and will stand by the government. Now it's up to the government. We are part of the government, but that notwithstanding, the Prime Minister and the Congress chairperson will decide on what is the next course of action. The meeting today was only to say that whether all of us are on the same page.
Decided either not to oppose or to support the UPA. The latest, of course, being the DMK, we are told. Trinamool Congress already yesterday indicated, and they confirmed our observation that they are the B team of the Congress. And they said in as many words that they don't mind under whichever rule the discussion comes. They'll oppose FDI and retail trade, but they have not insisted on voting. So given this and given this vacillation, clearly the government has the numbers. We don't know why the government is hesitating to bring this. That is one part of it. We are firm that we think that in the interest of the country and the people, this is a decision that should not happen. We have given our reasons both on the floor of the House earlier, and we are against any discussion without voting, because we already had one round of such discussion without voting, which ended with the assurance given by the government that they will implement this only once they build a consensus amongst all stakeholders. They have betrayed that assurance. So another discussion without voting is meaningless.
Government is not interested in allowing this session to continue. The argument of the government that there must be a debate without a vote absolutely has no basis. There are voting provisions in the regulations for the conduct of both houses of parliament, and therefore those regulations are not futile. They were not enacted without a purpose. The whole essence of democracy is voting. The will of the people, the will of the sovereign. And for the government to contend that the issue must be talked out but never voted upon is without any basis. Voting and democracy coexist. They are not alien to each other.